Welcome everybody to a star quilt tutorial. We'll be learning in a multi-part series on how to build star quilt. Traditionally, a star quilt was made with the center color working out. The center color would repeat to the center circle here, and then it would reverse your colors backwards out to the points, so your points matched your center. They have been done scrappy, they have been done with jelly rolls. You can design them any way you so choose. Here's the difference where I didn't repeat the blue here, and I continued my colors out and didn't repeat the blue until right here. Here's a bigger quilt, or this is the quilt that I'll be working on when we do this. So you can see you can get different designs depending on what size you do. Now, so this is less confusing when you fold this backwards. After you've colored your star and decided what colors you would like, you'll take a diamond unit, which is one of these guys here, not a single diamond. This is a single diamond here. This here is your diamond unit. So you'll take that whole diamond unit and transfer it down to here. You also want to put a dot of color here, and I'll show you why, for each color represented for your fabrics. The other thing I like to do is, because we don't sew our diamonds individually, we sew them in strip sets. I like to transfer them over here because it's less confusing to me. Less confusing means less mistakes. It's easier than trying to pull out colors from here and even here when you separate them one by one. This is my strip set 1, my strip set 2, strip set 3, 4, etc. These are obviously your rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually a 4x4 diamond. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you hear that terminology, I'm just putting that out there, a 4x4. And that's what that means, for a total of 16 diamonds in the whole unit. Now, to decide what we need for yardage for this size of a quilt, you can do fat quarters. This is a fat quarter friendly, or the 3x3 is a fat quarter friendly. So what you'll do is, we need to count up the colors to decide how much we need. So we have 1, 2, 3 blue diamonds. Put a 3 next to your dot there. For our red, we have 1, 2. Put a 2 up there. Yellow is 1, 2, 3. Orange, 1, 2, 3, 4. Green, 1, 2, 3. We've already done our blue, and purple is 1. Now, to determine how many strips we need and how much yardage of material we need, we multiply each of these by the size of strips we're going to cut. If you're using pre-cut 2.5s, that's fine. I'm doing everything at 2 inches. Everything right now that I have planned for you is measured at 2 inches. So we multiply each of these by 2. So we'd have 6 inches of fabric, 4 inches of fabric, 6 inches of fabric, 8 inches of fabric, 6 inches of fabric, and 2 inches. And that would give us our totals for what we need. Plus you need a little bit extra to square up, but that will give you a rough idea of what you need. You can be my guest and use pre-cut jelly rolls. You can use pre-cut leftover 2-inch or 2.5-inch strips if you have them. Like I said, this one is good for fat quarters. This big guy is, you would need the width of a fabric. WOF is width of fabric. which is from your selvage to your selvage, and generally that's anywhere from 40 to 42 inches generally after your selvage has been cut off, depending on your fabric brand. So big guy, you need width of fabric, a whole width of fabric, and these guys you will need fat quarter friendly. Well, where can you get these design sheets? Well, that's a pretty easy one. Head on over to Facebook. It's a Facebook group called Quilting Perfectly Imperfect Points. There's a PDF. It's totally free. You can download that. And in that PDF, you will find the 3x3. And again, this is fat quarter friendly. If you choose to do this one, this will be 24 inches, about 24 inches. If we cut 2-inch strips, and that is without borders. So it would just be your from here to here around. It would be this type of a square. And then the 4x4 is also fat quarter friendly, and that one will measure up to 32 inches. If you do 2.5-inch strips, it's okay. I'm going to teach you how to figure out Y seams. This is your Y seam right here. This is a Y seam. This is an inset square here, but because it looks like a Y, this point right here is considered a Y seam. Same with this one. If you turn it, we still have another Y right here. Y. Don't worry, it's no sweat Y seam. It's so easy. You're going to say, oh my goodness, why didn't I learn that later? And then also there is this guy, which ends up being about 57 inches wide without borders. And again, you'll need a whole width of fabric for this one. And then, so go ahead and head on over to the Facebook group, download those, get your color crayons, color pencils, coloring utensils out, plan up your quilt. If you have any questions, comment here, comment on Facebook. I will be happy to answer them, and I will see you when we're ready for cutting. Happy sewing!